Stadium. It's 11 hours. It was an 11th hour decision to do the coverage, but we're doing it live tonight. Big game. Huge importance at the top of the Premier League with Manchester City winning. So we couldn't let you go without a weekend commentary, so we've decided on the big one for you, and a big one it is as well. Arsenal Manchester United's always one of the best games. Diam's had a big game for a little while, so I thought I'd give myself this one. I was going to take some time off, but decided I got a little bit bored, so we decided to go live with this one. We did a vote. It went at the end 50-50, but in the end we've decided to do it live. After consultations with two of my colleagues, I've decided to go live with this game. Arsenal v Man United. Ewan's on, one of our regulars. Hello to you, Ewan. So United could go within a point of Manchester City at the top. They won 1-0 against bottom of the league Sheffield United earlier today. Arsenal win will propel them up to possibly 7 on the same number of points as Everton. In fact, they'd go 7th above Everton, or possibly even Tottenham on goal difference. Tottenham actually have a plus-goal team, so it'd be 7th. Arsenal could climb here this evening. So there's incentives there for both sides. Let me just tell you what's been happening elsewhere in the Premier League this afternoon. There's been plenty of fixtures bounded about today. And I'm sure there's more than just the one game at the moment. We're into the last knockings of January at the moment. We're on Fulham's fixtures and scores. That's why. We don't want Fulham. We want all the fixtures. Right. Earlier today, Premier League. Hiya, Sue. Everton 0, Newcastle United 2, Crystal Palace 1, Wolves 0, Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0, and a good result really for both. For Brighton, Newcastle and Burnley fans everywhere. Yippee! West Brom 2, Fulham 2. A result really doesn't do any side any good at all. Coming up, our match tonight, and then after that, Southampton against Aston Villa. That will not be a game that we're doing tomorrow. And then obviously tomorrow, there's Chelsea Burnley at 12, Leicester Leeds at 2 o'clock, West Ham Liverpool at 4:30, and Brighton Tottenham finishing off at 7. None of these games will be shown live on JB. Will be commentated live on JB Sports because we'll be concentrating on the virtual world and Trevor Sports tomorrow evening. So join us there, and I'll be doing the virtual one as well with Trevor as well. But I'm not telling you what happened there. But in the real world, we're just waiting for kick-off. We're just a few moments away from kick-off here. Let me bring you the two lineups before the game kicks off here. So it's Leno in goal, Bellerin, Holding, David Luiz and Cedric across the back. Partey, Xhaka are the two holding midfielders, with Martinelli, Smith Rowe and Pepe the three advanced midfielders. Up front, Lacazette for Arsenal. So essentially it's a 4-2-3-1 formation, with Lacazette the main striker. No place for Aubameyang, who's out at the moment. On the bench, Runners the keeper, Gabriel Odegaard, who's just signed this week from loan. Willian, Maitland-Niles, Chambers, El-Neni, Willock and Nketiah are the Arsenal substitutes. For Manchester United, David De Gea, the first choice goalkeeper, gets the spotting goal. Then it's a back four of Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw. Scott McTominay and Fred are the two holding midfielders, with Rashford, Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba further forward, and Edison Cavani getting the nod up front. And United will want to have a good bounce back ability after their horrible defeat at home to Sheffield United on Wednesday. On the bench for United, it's Martial, Barry, Robert Henderson, Barry, Martial, Greenwood, James, Alex Telles, Nemanja Matic, Donny van der Beek and Wanzaba as well completes the substitutes lineups. Referee for this game tonight, Michael Oliver, comes from County Durham. The two assistants are Stuart Burt on the far side and Simon Bennett on the near side. The fourth official, every Burnley fan's nemesis at the moment still, Robert Jones, who gave those two crackpot decisions for Leeds against Burnley back in December, which cost Burnley 3 massive points there. The VAR people tonight, Paul Tierney and Andy Halliday are the VAR referees and assistants. We're all set to get underway in just a moment or two here at the Emirates Stadium. Great. I would have said if the fans were there, it would have been a great atmosphere building. Unfortunately, we've got no fans in the ground, and we're all set to bring you live uninterrupted commentary of the entire match now. The Emirates, there's a few people there, but just imagine if we'd have had fans here, what an atmosphere it would have been. Arsenal really need to win themselves. They've already beaten Manchester United at Old Trafford earlier this season, which was a bit of a turn up for the books, really. But now we're going to Solskjaer. We'll want a reaction from his troops after that horrible defeat, as I said, at Old Trafford on Wednesday. And if we get a game half as what we got at Turf Moor on Wednesday tea time, then I think we could be in for something very special here tonight. Well, we're all set practically to go here at the Emirates Stadium. They're all ready to go. United in the darker strip, by the way. Arsenal in their famous red and white shirts. So here we go then, as they take the obligatory knee in the ongoing fight against racism. And we'll get underway then. This crucial game for Manchester United, more so than Arsenal, but there we go. Martial dropped, of course. He missed a couple of glaring chances on Wednesday night, hence why Cavani's playing in his place instead of Rashford, instead of Martial. United attacking the clock end away to my right hand side, incidentally, here at the Emirates. Little flick forward again into the path of Cavani. On towards Shaw. Pogba further forward of him, and Shaw brandishing down the right hand side, of course. Here's Pogba now. Back to Shaw. He's made a good run down that left hand side. He's kept it in body. Byline there. 36 minutes gone, and already Manchester United taking firm order in the game thus far. Should be an absolute crackeroonie tonight. Hopefully we'll get plenty of goals. The only Premier League game, and we're covering it at the 11th hour. People wanted to hear it. And it's about time my dulcet tones got behind a very big game, and none bigger than this one. Manchester United and Arsenal always produces a lot of excitement and goals in it. Of course, keep your comments clean and keep your comments tidy. We did have a vote on whether I should cover the game, and we ended up 6 votes, and it ended up being 50-50 yes, 50-50 no. And anyway, so I wasn't sure what to do while we were in deadlock after 2 hours of voting, so I rang Russ up because I wasn't sure what to do, and he said go for it, and he gave me his blessing, and because we were all going to have a weekend off, but this game is just too good to ignore, and JB Sports is bringing you exclusive commentary coverage of this game here on YouTube. You're on a YouTube channel that bringing you proper radio atmosphere. It's their 58th Premier League meeting. Arsenal have won 16 of them, 24 wins for United and 17 draws in their 57 previous occasions. Yes, the clock end, they've got the clock up at the right hand end of the Emirates now. It was put up a long time ago when they moved from Highbury to the Emirates. This is Rashford on the board, back to Wan-Bissaka. Arsenal off the back of a very good victory at Southampton, 3-1 during the week, so they've got a little bit of good form about them. Arteta starting to get them pairing on all fronts, although they did have a shock cup defeat ironically against Southampton the other week, 1-0. Bit of a scrappy own goal that decided that one there, as was Wan-Bissaka back to McTominay, one of the 2 holding midfielders in the Manchester United side. I'm doing very well, thank you. Here's thank you, Russ. Here's Wan-Bissaka with a crossing from the right hand side, turned away by the Arsenal defenders, and in fact there was a little bit of infringement inside the Arsenal box, and a free kick to Arsenal. Well, Michael Oliver, don't tell Trevor that. He'll be hitching at the bit for a 4-0, mind you. Mind you, I wouldn't mind a 4-0 this afternoon, that is for sure. So the atmosphere is The tension is absolutely pulperating here, despite the fact that we've got no fans whatsoever in the ground of Spa. And if Russ can leave a link for the actual link on Facebook, that would be fantastic. Russ is our resident general dog's body as well as commentator and reporter. Did a magnificent job the other night. Meanwhile, Bellerin tangling there on the far side with Paul Pogba, who's lost possession, and here's Pepe now winning it now to Lacazette. Ball breaks kindly there to Xhaka. Xhaka plays it on in turn to number 17, Cedric, preferred to Tierney, who's out for injury, or for suspension I should say. This is Cedric now with a cross, former Southampton player, crossing there, deep one towards Lacazette. He was stumbling back as he tried to head the ball back towards the goal. But at the moment it's still 0-0 here at the Emirates, coming up to 5 minutes of the first half played. Live coverage, commentary coverage on JB Sports, live from the Emirates Stadium. An 11th hour change of plan here. A change to what we were going to do. That's for sure. So a live commentary from our stream is always a welcome sight. Here's David Luiz takes possession, finds Cedric, who's handled back from his little salty forward a few moments ago. Coming up to 5 minutes gone here on JB Sports. Yeah, we timed the updates. I have to say, so Russ timed the updates to perfection, because he timed. There was one update he realised that Burnley had equalised, and as soon as we went back to Turf Moor that evening, within 3 seconds of going back there, Dwight McNeil had possession and put the ball into the far right hand corner of the net, and it was just unbelievable scenes at Turf Moor then. But don't forget, we're live here. No extra time, no penalties. It's a league game. If it ends a draw, point apiece. Anyway, here's Nicola Pepe tangling with Aaron Maguire on the far side, right by the corner quadrant. Smith Rowe back into the path of Pepe. Plays the ball into Lacazette. Lacazette turns and inside the area, but he can't get the cross back towards Martinelli, who was waiting patiently in the penalty area, but he couldn't be fouled. Here come the darker shirts United. Long ball looking towards Marcus Rashford, and he's found Rashford, but he's a little bit isolated. Cedric's the defender, and Cedric, or Xhaka rather, well, it looked as if he pushed Rashford to the ground. Referee Oliver said there was nothing wrong with that, and reckon Rashford made a bit of a meal of it. And the referee, in actual fact, has stopped it. Now, what happened here? Rashford trying to turn on the near side there. I'm not sure he touched his face, to be honest with you. I mean, I admire Marcus Rashford for most things, but feigning it, I never had him down for that sort of thing. 6 of one, half a dozen the other, really, and no, I'm done. But Rashford there needs to be a bit more mature about those sort of things, as he has been off the field with his brilliant initiatives, with the free school meals initiative during the lockdown and stuff like that. It's been an amazing thing. Anyway, as the ball is threaded forward by Partey, looking towards Lacazette through the centre, but he couldn't be found. And here's Rashford now, and this could be a little battle royale throughout the course of the game now on that right hand side. Wan-Bissaka takes over, finds Marcus Rashford from Bruno Fernandes, back to Rashford again. Looks a long crossing there. Cavani's on the edge of the area, so to his Pogba. Pogba turns inside the area, surrounded by 2 or 3 red and white defenders, and behind the Arsenal players outnumbered him immensely there by 3-1. The ball out towards the right hand side. United still have possession. McTominay's got the ball from Rashford, right hand side, still 0-0 here. We've played 7.5 minutes here at the Emirates Stadium. Full match commentary of this big Premier League encounter, the biggest of the weekend. Ball played out to Shaw. Shaw on the left hand side gets the crossing well, and there's a little bit of a tussle going on inside the penalty area, which meant I think a United player had gone crashing down in the area. Again, Michael Oliver not interested in that whatsoever. Ball was played in there, and it was Bruno Fernandes. I think he was looking for that, Bruno. Suarez just stood his ground, and Fernandes just went flying over as if he'd been shot by Lee Harvey Oswald, and I don't think there was anything in it at all. I think it was a correct decision from our referee today, Michael Oliver. Of course, and thank you very much indeed, Russ, for doing that little favour for me. He's also our floor manager, producer, you name it, he does the lot. And one or two pieces of Burnley. Josh Brown has just signed a new contract at Turf Moor, incidentally. There's a few long-term deals being done at Turf Moor today. So at least we're not going to be losing too many players like Burnley did last summer. But here in this game, it's frenetic pace. It's been played at like a million miles an hour, and that's a nice switch forward towards Wan-Bissaka. Still inside the United half, but it was a competent long ball to play under those circumstances. And here's Wan-Bissaka now down the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka into Fernandes, but he's lost possession, and Xhaka won it well. And now Lacazette takes it up for Arsenal. Finds Cedric. Cedric down the left-hand side. Has to go back inside to number 35, which is Martinelli. And then Xhaka gets it back to Leno. Leno now finds Rob Holding. Holding in towards Thomas Partey. And Xhaka back to Partey again. Good ball by him towards Cedric on the left-hand side. Still inside the Arsenal half, incidentally, but the ball attempted through ball nicked off a United player, and it's out of play for a throw-in. Coming up towards 10 minutes of the first half played. Goalless so far between Arsenal and Manchester United, but plenty of time for this to come to the ball. We've seen it down the years with United games, Arsenal games. No quarter given. Should be a bit of needle in it. Not to the extent that Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira were having bust-ups in the tunnel and things like that. Obviously, you can't do that these days because of the lockdown rules and the social distancing malarkey. Both teams now come out separately these days until lockdown is officially over, and until that day happens, we'll stay the same. Here's Martinelli for Arsenal coming towards the area. Martinelli gets to the byline, and good defending there by Wan-Bissaka. To be fair to Wan-Bissaka, stayed on his feet really well, but the ball's come to David Luiz. David Luiz shoots, and it's well, putting it mildly, it's going a bit more near to the corner flag than the actual goal net. So I don't think David Luiz, who can hit a fair shot with either foot, I don't think in the slightest was going to be troubling the scorers there. Our scoreboard operators there, one iota there, to use a phrase in cricket. Arsenal nil, Manchester United nil. 11 minutes of the first half played. Arsenal unbeaten, in fact, in their last 6 games. 5 wins, a draw and a defeat. A far cry from when we were last here back in early December, when Burnley came to town and won at Arsenal for the first time since 1974. It was an own goal from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang that clinched it for the Clarets on a remarkable night in Burnley's history. Since then, they've won at Anfield and have gained some very good points. Robbed at Leeds, of course. Less said about that by our 4th official tonight, but less said about that the better. I think we've recovered somewhat since then. Sue reckons he never liked Roy Keane. The one thing I do like about Roy Keane, he tells it as it is. That's the one thing I will say about Roy Keane. He will tell it as it is. But he's a leader that you'd want on your side and not against. Might be put it that way. Obviously, being a Liverpool fan, she's going to say things like that. But meanwhile, we've got a yellow card here in the offing, I think, for an Arsenal player. And it's all kicking off here. Bruno Fernandes surprisingly involved. I wonder who the yellow card has been. I think it's Cedric who's protesting his case there. I wonder if it was Cedric he's after here, the referee. He's running away. Bruno Fernandes, they feel Arsenal has milked it a little bit and got maybe Cedric into the book. I think it's Cedric. I'm not quite sure. The yellow card's been brandished to somebody. I'm not sure who. Let's have a look at what happened here. Well, it's a frailing arm. Was he looking at the man? That's the question. I don't think he was. I think he was looking entirely at the ball. And I think Bruno's reaction was a little bit over the top because he got up straight away. I mean, felt he was being shot there. So unfortunately, a yellow card's been brandished and we've had a little bit of an unsavoury incident here at the Emirates. Still 0-0, incidentally. 13 minutes gone, 3 minutes played, but we've had a little bit of an unsavoury incident. I don't think it was a red card because I think Cedric, in his defence, was going for the ball, was looking at the ball and eyes on the ball all the time. And I think Bruno just milked it a bit to get the yellow card for Cedric. But he's got to watch his step now, the Arsenal left back anyway, that's for sure. Let's hope we don't get any more niggles like that throughout, and we let the football do the talking. A lot of passionate pride. These two teams maybe about 250, 300 miles apart from each other. One up in the northwest of England, the other down in the capital here. But they are fierce rivals and have been for so many years. As we see a banner of Arsene Wenger's quote, "Football should be an art." And it's fair to say, I think that comment sums up the way football should be these days. It is an art, really, and when you watch the bigger teams especially played, they do play with a sort of an art form to it. Xhaka's gone down there clutching one of his ankles, and Bruno Fernandes of all people been telling him to get up there. Well, there we go. The way you commentated when Chris Wood scored the third goal the other day, you went falsetto. I went absolutely bananas. That was a big goal in Burnley's season, let's not forget that. Oh, I tell you what, I think Fernandes is very fortunate there not to escape a yellow card for that. Studs right through the back of Xhaka there, and Bruno Fernandes has sort of lost his head a little bit in the last sort of 2 or 3 minutes. Ever since that accidental arm from Cedric, and he's really, I don't know, I think he's just getting a little bit too big for his boots. Thus far, Bruno Fernandes just needs to calm down and let the football do the talking. Quarter of an hour gone then at the Emirates. Pretty feisty, but it's been a little bit unsavoury at times. Manchester United being held by Arsenal here, like 0-0. Bruno with 11 goals and 7 assists in the league this season. Still dubious. I'm still finding it dubious how that winning player of the month when Ben Mee did a better job. Anyway, earlier today, Everton 0, Newcastle 2. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. Crystal Palace 1, Wolves 0. Wolves are tumbling down the table all of a sudden. That's worrying for them. And in the basement battle, it doesn't do any of the two sides any favours. West Brom 2. Fulham 2 as Lacazette goes for goal. Very speculatively from about 35, maybe plus yards out. And he hits it straight, right footed straight down the head's throat. And he hit that with some venom as well, Alex Lacazette. It was a really good effort there. And the goalkeeper there was on mode in the end, but I'll tell you what, swerves either way, that could have been egg on the face for the goalkeeper, but it still remains 0-0 as we come past the 16 and a half minute mark here at the Emirates Stadium. The big game of the weekend, above any of the other Premier League games this weekend, and it's Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. A game that has got so much history before it, so many battles they've had down the years. They played in a few cup finals, a few dramatic cup finals. Remember the 79 when Arsenal were 2 up and coasting with 3 minutes to go. United came back with 2 goals, and then Alan Sunderland winning the day there for Arsenal in that one. And we had the battle at Old Trafford in 1990 when Arsenal won by a 1-0, but it was more famous for a 22-man brawl, which saw both teams heavily punished and fined and points docked, I think, for Arsenal, but they still managed to become First Division champions that year. Here's Rashford now running towards the Arsenal penalty area, holding up. Fernandes trying to play the ball back from the right hand side, and he couldn't find Rashford. I think David Luiz got a foot in there and got it away for Arsenal. Here's Cedric, first only player so far with a yellow card. I suspect it won't be the only yellow card we see brandished by referee Oliver this afternoon, or this evening rather. We're now into the evening time, and it's a bitterly cold evening here in North London. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. JB Sports live commentary coverage here on YouTube. Exclusive commentary coverage on YouTube. You won't find anything better. Not even Arsenal Fan TV can boast this sort of thing. And if you haven't, and if you are enjoying the coverage and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're coming hurtling towards nearly 800 subscribers now. We'd love it if you guys could tell your friends, tell your family, and give us all a like and a subscribe, and hit the notification bells, because you never know what might happen. You never know what video might be coming next. Here's Paul Pogba. Pogba now towards Cavani on the far side. Shaw's on the overlap. Pogba, Robert Cavani into Fernandes. Back to Wan-Bissaka's gone on the right. Gets the cross in. Luis hooks it away. And I think it's gone behind for a corner. It has. So a corner kick to Manchester United. And Xhaka went in hard there on Wan-Bissaka as well. I mean, VAR could have checked that. One or two players just getting a little bit over the top there, to be honest. Well, it'd be lovely to get to 1,000, but we got two big milestones to do that, 800 and 900 and all that. I'd love to get it to 1,000 by the end of the year, Sue, but it's an ambitious plan. I was hoping to do it a year ago, but of course we had the non-football for 3 or 4 months, which really wrecked that opportunity. The corner comes in, comes out. Fred tries to shot. Fred shoots and a good save down away to the right-hand side, left-hand side rather, by Bernd Leno. It was going inside the right-hand post, and Leno having to dive from the left as he looked. It's a good effort with the left foot from Fred. Maybe just had a decent height for Leno, but Leno had to take no chances, no gambles there. Got a good grab on it, got a good left hand and turned it away. Solskjaer knows that it was a great opportunity. United now coming on strong here as we hit the 20-minute mark here at the Emirates. Corner from the right-hand side. Short to Fernandes. Deep cross towards the back post. Cavani was up there, but he's lost possession this time. Towards Pepe. And now back to Smith Rowe. And he can't put Fred the ball through to Pepe. He was told by one pundit the English game doesn't suit his style of play. Well, he's got a chance here in front of millions of people and around the world, and of course the JB Sports listeners, to see if he can prove everybody wrong. Nicola Pepe. Still 0-0 here at the Emirates, but it's a great watch so far. I've got to tell you, it's been intriguing. It's almost like a chess match, but it's like a bit of a soap opera here. We've had one or two unsavoury scenes as well. But at the moment, the football's doing the talking. Pepe to the swap. Oh, Pepe, I think it was a cross-come shot. I think he was trying the shot. And in the end, it's a goal kick. But Arsenal just starting to come into it a little bit there. As we head towards the halfway mark of the first half. Possession, Arsenal 46%, 54% United. Arsenal have had 3 shots to United's 1. And shots on target, 1 apiece. So it's just starting to come to the boil a bit. We've only had the 2 0-0s as far. That was between Brighton and Burnley and Manchester United and Liverpool 2 weeks ago. And then we saw that magnificent cup tie anyway in here, which United edged 3-2. Corner kick considered by Holding, and it'll be taken from the right hand side here for Manchester United. Anderson Cavani still banging the goals at his ripe old age of 34. McTominay has hurt himself as well in amongst all that. Fourth official, Burnley's nemesis Rob Jones, is on the scene. So we've had we've had just around 22 minutes of the first half and still no goals thus far, but a great performance so far on both sides, although there has been 1 or 2 unsavoury incidents. Interesting to see how the pundits call that fairly now from Cedric, but he's had a good 12 months. Bruno Fernandes as that corner comes in from the right hand side. Good defending that time from Arsenal. Pepe getting in away. Smith Rowe should be able to complete the clearance and does quite easily up towards Pepe. Still halfway inside the Arsenal half, so the danger, Arsenal not really out of the proverbial woods as yet. Still no score as Arsenal comes streaming forward now. Shot comes in and it's wide with the right foot from Thomas Partey, and behind for the goal kick to Manchester United. We've had halfway through the first half, 23 minutes of the 90 completed. We're halfway through the first half then, and we're still awaiting the first goal with a lot of bated breath here. Been an interesting watch thus far, but at the moment it's been very disappointing in terms of the goals, but plenty to look at in terms of good skill there. And we see the Arsenal substitutes warming up there. Amongst them is Willock and Odegaard, the new signing, signed on loan until the end of the season, and could be a good asset for Arsenal. As Martinelli tries to tunnel his way into the penalty area. Ball comes out now to Hector Bellerin with a shot, a very speculative one, and it ricochets out for a corner kick to Arsenal. Jonathan Abbey Quay is on, also a Trevor Sports regular as well. Hello, mate, Jonathan. Hope you're having a good afternoon, enjoying your Saturday tea time commentary football fix. It came as a bit of a surprise to everybody, I know, but I'm glad you're able to join me here in the Emirates. It's nice to know that you're having a good Saturday. Right, corner to Arsenal, far side. And it's going to be Nicola Pepe to swing it in then from this far side. Can we get a breakthrough here in this first half? Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. Bit of a delay on the corner. And will it be taken short or will it be floated? No, it'll be floated into the area from Pepe Xhaka's header. And an easy save there for David De Gea inside the 6-yard area. And away it goes now to Paul Pogba. 25 gone at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0 if you just joined us. And here, thank you very much, Jonathan. I appreciate the comments. We'll be welcoming back all the others next week as well. We've got the FA Cup 5th round coming up inside the next week in a bit. We'll have at least 3 or 4 different FA Cup ties to bring in a couple of midweeks time, as our very extensive FA Cup coverage continues in earnest here on JB Sports. We brought you 4 magnificent ties, and we brought you a 5-goal thriller at Turf Moor as Burnley beat Aston Villa in the week. As Arsenal comes streaking forward and they get a free kick. A terrific run by Nicola Pepe, running infield from the right hand side, and he did really well. Had to hurdle a couple of challenges before he was tripped eventually, but takes on Shaw, beats him for dead. And then Shaw came back at him and pushed him over. And a free kick to Arsenal, right of centre, about 26 yards from goal. Can Arsenal get their noses in front? They're looking for the double over Manchester United. But remember, they won 1-0 at Old Trafford earlier on this season. And I just wonder, it looks as if they're lining up for a floated one. There's a 2-man United wall. The free kick comes in towards the back post. Well, wings back into the penalty area. And, oh, dear me. Real opportunity went begging there. David Luiz came in undetected at the far post, and in the end couldn't find a red and white shirt in the middle. It's an Arsenal throw. Okay, so no problem. Hopefully we'll see you back on the stream a little bit later on. Enjoy your tea, by the way. And the throw comes in. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0 is the score. Granit Xhaka now has possession inside the centre circle and deep inside United territory. The ball is now on the left hand side, and it's a brilliant run by Martinelli. Skips past one, skips past another, gets a good cross in, but he can't find Lacazette in the penalty area. But a wonderful run by Martinelli, cuts in from the right, left hand side, beat 2 United defenders with ease, past Wan-Bissaka, and then past Nemanja Matic, or Scott McTominay I should say. And the cross, unfortunately, just couldn't find Alexander Lacazette in the end. But what an opportunity that could have been for Arsenal, as Holding holds off the advances of Edison Cavani. Still 0-0 if you've just joined us here on JB Sports. And from next week, Thursday onwards, Thursday night will be 2020 cricket night. We'll be bringing you some T20 blasts from the English counties. And there'll be 2-hour shows, one programme for 1 hour, and then we'll stream the second innings between 15-minute periods. So you'll be able to watch them all here on JB Sports every Thursday night. As I say, Thursday night, unless there's something exceptional going on, will be 2020 County Cricket Night. Here's Paul Pogba inside the penalty area. Crossing there, Rashford with a chance, and what a good piece of defending that was from Martinelli. Tremendous play. Wonderful chip in there by Paul Pogba from the edge of the penalty box, looking to lead into Rashford, and Martinelli just zoomed in there almost like Superman and Spider-Man combined into one. So a corner kick to Manchester United. 0-0 is the score. The grey shirts, their fourth corner of the game. Still 0-0. Live coverage of this crucial game live here on YouTube as the ball comes into the penalty area. The JB Sports, the only channel that will bring you radio style commentary on YouTube of this game. Exclusive commentary. Not even Arsenal Fan TV can boast this. And we're doing it on 18 times less the budget than what they've got. We may not have fresh graphics, we might not have this and we might not have that, but I tell you what, we've got voices, and the voices are the best in around anywhere on YouTube. Myself, Russ, Trevor, Chris and Mike will be making his debut hopefully later on. We're all going to be there for you in the next for 2021 for your listening pleasure across all the competitions. Here's Smith Rowe looking to get Pepe away on the right hand side. Pepe now, he's got Lacazette in the middle. Pepe now might go alone, he cuts inside, Pepe shoots and just wide of the left hand post, and Arsenal are getting closer all the time. Coming up towards half an hour gone, this game is all of a sudden starting to come to light, and it was Emmanuel Smith Rowe who led the charge of the Light Brigade, Arsenal Light Brigade, out from the back into the path of Pepe. He took on Shaw and Maguire and just got it wide of De Gea's far post, but it had De Gea worried enough for him to dive across to his right across the goal. It was going wide anyway, but he had to dive. He wasn't certain that was going wide or not, and that was a little bit of a worry for him. Here's Rashford now in possession. Still 0-0 here. Earlier today we saw some great games. None more so than at Goodison Park. Everton 0, Newcastle 2. Callum Wilson with both goals. Manchester City edging past Sheffield United by a goal to 0. Crystal Palace 1, Wolves 0, but Wolves are dropping down the table like a stone at the moment, and West Brom and Fulham drew 2-2, and again that doesn't do any of the two sides any particular good at the moment. And good news really for all Brighton Clarets ones, which I know by myself won, and Newcastle fans, and Newcastle of course had their brilliant day in the sun at Goodison earlier this afternoon with those two Callum Wilson goals. Here at the Emirates Stadium it's still Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0 if you've just joined us. Both teams having good chances, but none have been taken so far. United could go within 1 point of the summit, behind Manchester City, who won today. And with a win here, they need to win well. Liverpool have a tough match tomorrow afternoon against West Ham, as Rashford again shoots speculatively on the half volley from about 30 yards, which goes wide of the post and behind for an Arsenal goal kick at the moment. Played a lovely 1-2 with Bruno, but again, as I say, the shot was how would you call it? Lacking a little bit in the end. So still it remains goalless as we move now towards the final 13 minutes per stoppage time. It's United on the ball now, and they've lost possession, and the ball breaks back again towards the far side, and this is Paul Pogba. Pogba now running at his man, finds Shaw to get across him from the left hand side. Wan-Bissaka straight, Wan-Bissaka with a header which goes just wide of the right hand post. But having good chances these both sides, but just not taking them at the moment, and it still remains goalless as we now go into the last 12 minutes of the first half here at the Emirates. And still no change in the score from the start. We're going to Solskjaer a little bit worried at the moment, but won't be too unduly there as the ball is spread forward and Bruno's in there. It's against the Bruno Fernandes shoots. Oh, he should have scored. He goes just past the right hand post. He twisted David Luiz inside out here. Pogba winning it virtually on challenge with his instep, and then puts Bruno Fernandes in. And he tried to bend it into the top right-hand corner from the left-hand side inside the penalty area, and it missed by a couple of inches in the end. Last month's player of the month didn't get his range this time, and still it remains 0-0 as we come towards the final 11 minutes of the first half. We've had 34 gone. Bruno's come close, Pepe's come close. Well, there's a little scourge in the first quarter of an hour, which was a little bit unsavoury, but still, the one yellow card thus far. And Rashford gets a second bite at the cherry to try and play a through ball through, but instead decides to go back to McTominay. I think that was probably the more intelligent thing he could have done. A better intelligent strategy as Maguire comes forward, finds short. In towards Cavani now, right, left hand side. We'll use Maguire now, still just down the right there, the United captain and centre back. He's coming for huge criticism of his captaincy at Manchester United this season from several ex-pros and television pundits alike. But we'll just have to see if that 13 game unbeaten run, which was ended against Sheffield United, was a flash in the pan. At the moment, seemingly not, because they've had the majority of things here at the Emirates. But remember, Arsenal have already won against United, similar sort of United side this season. Difference was they didn't have Edinson Cavani in it. And here's Rashford coming ambling towards the area. Good stop there by Martinelli. He's had a good first half, and Thomas Partey involved, and he tried to get Emmanuel Smith-Rowe in his way, but he's overhit the pass down the left hand side, and the ball goes out for a throw. So Mikel Arteta, looking to be the first actual Arsenal manager in history to win his first 3 Premier League meetings against Manchester United. No other Arsenal manager has achieved that statistic. And we've got an early substitution here. Looks like Anthony Martial's going to come on for United, and just checking to see who that might be. I wonder if it's McTominay. He picked up a little slight knock earlier on in the piece. Yeah, looks like Scott McTominay to me. And that's a bitter blow for Manchester United. He's been very consistent in the last few games, Scott McTominay. But I don't think he's going to be lasting much longer today. Did pick up a slight knock in towards his chest earlier on. Bruno Fernandes showing a bit of concern there. But we're going to see Martial, I think, possibly come on now. As the players now take some much needed lubricants here as we go into the final 9 minutes of the first half. McTominay disconsolately in a bit of pain, makes his way off down the tunnel, and Martial has got an opportunity now to prove his Spurs, having missed some glaring opportunities in that 2-1 loss at home to Sheffield United on Wednesday. So he's got a point to prove now, coming on as a substitute. Can he produce that point and make Solskjaer's job that little bit more tricky as regards problems, as the ball's hit forward long and high, and a chance here for Smith-Rowe to take possession, and he gets a chance here for Martinelli trying to lay it into Smith-Rowe. Still no breakthrough here in this game. Wan-Bissaka now gets the ball back. Lindelof back. Looks like Paul Pogba's now going to go back into midfield because he's gone a bit deeper, so it looks like Martial's taking over the Pogba role on the left hand side of the forward 3. So Pogba will now play alongside Fred as one of the 2 holding midfielders. So a bit of a reshuffle there from Manchester United at the moment. It's always a difficult one really to call in that situation. More out of play, and it will be a United throw. 38 gone. I make it 7 minutes plus stoppage time left to play in the first half. We will be taking a 15-minute break, so I can recover myself for the second half. We'll be finishing around about 7:30 the coverage, and when we finish at that time, When we're finished, we'll enjoy the rest of our evening in peace and quiet. Of course, there is Southampton Aston Villa at 8 o'clock if you want to watch that on television. I think that's on Sky, I think, that one. Villa smarting from a 3-2 loss at Burnley, which I think was utterly deserved on the day. I actually had a Twitter spat with a whippersnapper of a Villa fan who felt that Burnley played rough house tactics. If they did, I certainly didn't see it doing commentary. I don't think there's nothing in the rules say you can't play on balls and be a bit physical. Maybe Villa need to be a bit more physical in the play. It is a contact sport, remember, football. I think a lot of the young whippersnappers need to be wary of that fact. Right, 39 gone. Still Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. On the JB Sports YouTube channel, live from the Emirates Stadium. Ball played out towards Rashford. Right hand side. Back in field it goes to Lindelof. Lindelof onto Fred, who's now partnered at the holding midfield role by Pogba, and was intercepted there inside the Arsenal half, but he plays an awful ball towards Shaw, who can't keep it in on the far side, and it's an Arsenal throw-in, a rather cheap Arsenal throw-in in the end, as it turns out, and it still remains scoreless as we go towards the final 5 minutes of the first half. We've had 40 minutes of the game, and still it remains goalless. Cavani has it far side, a little deflection on the ball, and it's going to be a United corner, I think. Martial chased the lost cause, got it off, crossed in off a defender, and it's a corner. So might have a chance here for a late bit of excitement here at the Emirates Stadium here. Are we going to see a moment of real genius here? Corner will come in from the far side, and it goes towards Maguire. Got a header in, and it was a good header, but it bounced in front of the goalkeeper. But it was a nice kind bounce for the goalkeeper, and despite Martial's advances, it was well handled by Burnley, and still remains 0-0. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. Premier League commentary on JB Sports. Here come Arsenal now with Cedric Suarez. Onto Martinelli, can't find Smith Rowe. Lost out on halfway to Paul Pogba, who handles down the right hand side to Wan-Bissaka. Back to Bruno Fernandes, who's just dropped a little bit deep at the moment for Manchester United as we go into the closing stages of the first half. 3.5 minutes for stoppage time remaining in the first half. It's been a good game, but no goals. But we might get a much better entertaining second half. It's not been unentertaining by any means, but it could be a bit better in terms of the talent of footballers we've got out there for either side this afternoon. The individuals that we've got out here tonight. Here's Fred on the ball now, 15 yards inside the Arsenal half, gets it to Rashford. Rashford hits it against Cedric Suarez, and it's a throw in to Manchester United, which Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the former Crystal Palace starlet, will take. Arsenal very mean defensively, 1 goal conceding final 5 Premier League games. That was against Southampton during the week in a 3-1 victory there. But the previous 4 games, clean sheets in all of them. Here's Fred now on the ball for Manchester United, looking to pierce this Arsenal defence. Fred, Pogba looks it out towards the far side, and it's found Bruno Fernandes, or rather the cross coming from Shaw, and it was Wan-Bissaka who had come in there. Shaw's cross from the left hand side, and Arsenal just dawdling on the ball a little bit. This is inviting more United pressure as we come out towards the last couple of minutes. Shaw on the far side. Shaw's cross is a good one. He'll come for Rashford. Rashford inside the area, has the control, and he took too long on it in the end, and the ball comes out, and then the shot comes in from Fernandes, who's fouled. Free kick to United. But I just wonder if Marcus Rashford had way too much time than he thought he had. Maybe he should have tried the first timer here. Got it out from his feet. Then, he had an Arsenal defender, but he took far too long there. Should have just gone for the first timer, really. It's a lovely cross from Shaw. and should have just left it and hit it on the right foot, and then there was a foul there on Bruno Fernandes. Really silly from Thomas Partey there. It was inside the D, and it's almost dead central here. And a little bit of worrying last 90 seconds or so, I think, ahead for United. Marcus Rashford, who scored a brace on his Premier League debut in February of 2016, hasn't scored in the last 10 appearances against Arsenal in all competitions since that day, but maybe his luck might change this afternoon, or this evening I should say. Right, 1 minute of normal time in the first half to go, and still we await the first goal with absolute bated breath here at the Emirates Stadium. And there's a free man committee. There's Bellerin hiding underneath the wall, sitting down there, taking the sitting down position, or the lying down spot, in case Bruno Fernandes tries the cheeky low drive of a free kick. Taking over 30 seconds on this wall. I'm sure the referee will be adding time on at the end of this. Let's just hope we get a decent bit of action after the end of it all. The free kick comes in and it deflects over the bar. Wasn't sure who took it. I think it was Bruno Fernandes who took the free kick. And he took it with the right foot, and it come off the Arsenal defender. It was David Luiz who came off last. And, well, it could have easily dropped underneath the bar. It's a corner though to United. We're into stoppage time at the end of the first half. We'll get the full SP from our fourth official. It's going to be taken from the right hand side. Just the one added minute. As the cross comes into the area. There's a United player gone down there. I just wonder if he's just said take that again. I just wondered. I think referee Oliver wasn't happy with a bit of pushing and shoving going on there, and Cedric, not for the first time, involved in one or two unsavoury incidents there. Referee wasn't happy, so the corner will be retaken. 30 seconds under 1 minute to go, which should also stress some of them above as the corner comes swinging in there towards the back post. Shot came in from, I think it was Paul Martial there, and a free kick given there for foul on the far side, and that should be that for Arsenal to see it out to half time. David Luiz manages a massive smile as we come towards the end there. Could have easily put through his own net. Gee whiz, that didn't miss by much, I tell you. And another day that might have gone in. The referee's blown whilst we were looking at that replay for half time, so it's goalless, but not for the one to try it. Bruno's come closest for Manchester United. Remember, Arsenal start the 8th with 31 points. United the second on 41. But at half time here, in a very competitive but still goalless affair, Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. We're going to take a 10-minute break, then we'll catch up on all the other scores of the day. And then second half, let's hope we get some goals in the second half for Manchester United away at Arsenal. We're going to take a 10-minute break at the Emirates. Join us there for all that and more. Until then, go and get something to drink or eat, and we'll be back well in time for the second half. But at half time here at the Emirates, as we take you for about 5 or 10 minutes, it's Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. Hello, welcome back to the Emirates, where it's 0-0 at half-time at the moment between Arsenal and Manchester United. We're just waiting for the re-emergence of the two teams as we head into the second half here. It's absolutely freezing cold here in North London tonight, and let's hope we get some goals to really warm us up on a very, very chilly Saturday late January night here at the Emirates. Just to remind you, let me just give you some scores elsewhere from earlier today. Let me just check that out for you. So let's just quickly check that out before we come back to commentary of the second half. There has been some games elsewhere, so let's have a look. Premier League we already know about. Scottish Premiership, Celtic 1, St Mirren 2. The pressure's on Neil Lennon now. Dundee United 2-0, Hibernian 2. That was a full-time result. Good result for Hibernian. At Tannadice, Kilmarnock 2, St Johnstone 3. And Livingston 0, Aberdeen 0. In the Championship, Norwich 0, Middlesbrough 0. Birmingham 1, Coventry 1. Blackburn 1, Luton 0. Oh dear. This is the result of the day for me. Brentford 7, Wycombe 2. Cardiff and Millwall shared a 1-1 draw. Derby 1, Bristol City 0. Huddersfield and Stoke 1-1. Nottingham Forest 0, Barnsley 0. Rotherham 1, Swansea 3. And Sheffield Wednesday 1, Preston North End 0. In League 1, as the teams are just about to come out again, Sunderland 2, Gillingham 2. Wimbledon 0, MK Dons 2. Bristol Rovers 1, Rochdale 2, Crewe Ipswich 1-1, Hull 1, Swindon 0, Lincoln 0, Doncaster 1, Northampton and Wigan were postponed to a Waterloo pitch, Oxford 1, Fleetwood 0, Plymouth 2, Accrington 2, Shrewsbury 2, Peterborough 0, then Carlisle 1, Exeter 0, this is League 2, Bolton 2, Leyton Orient 0, Bradford 2, Barrow 1, Cambridge 3, Crawley 1, Forest Green, Cheltenham 0-0, Grimsby 1, Stevenage 2, Harrogate 2, Newport 1, Morecambe 0, Tranmere 1, Oldham 2, Salford 1, Port Vale 5, Southend 1, Walsall Mansfield was postponed at the Bescott Waterloo pitch. And that's all the results from around the country as we got it, as Martinelli's being replaced by William at the start of the second half. And there's just one or two of the results. I had to quickly, sorry we didn't get a chance for all the National League subscribers to get through to their league, but I'm sure you'll find the results somewhere this evening. Ross has been on. Hope you don't get a goal. Hope you get a goal tonight. We don't have another 0-0 to report like on Wednesday evening. We've had two in a row over two channels. Anyway, we're back underway. Arsenal attacking the clock end to our right in the red and white shirts, and United have kicked off in those grey shirts, grey shorts and white socks. And they're attacking the goal to my left as the ball comes away and it's picked up now. So William now on for Martinelli. That's the change that so both sides have made a change each, and one at half time. So this is the Arsenal lineup. A recap: Leno in goal, Cedric, Louise holding, a Bellerin across the back, and then it's Xhaka, Thomas Partey, Willian, Emmanuel Smith-Rowe, Nicola Pepe and Alexander Lacazette. We'll take a look at United in just a second. In fact, we can do now as the ball goes out of play over by halfway. On the far side, De Gea in goal for United, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof and Aaron Wan-Bissaka at the back. And then Fred, Martial, Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and the main striker is Edison Cavani. So one change in either side, of course, as the ball is hooked down the line by Cedric, who's the only player out of the original 22 that started who have been booked. Free kick against Lindelof on the far side, and it still remains 0-0. Live on JB Sports. Premier League game. United could go within a point of Manchester City. They are second. They'll still stay second if they, whatever they do this evening, whether they win, lose or draw. But a win would take them within a point of their neighbours and the blue neighbours of Manchester City down at the Etihad. Referee, of course, Michael Herbert from County Durham, assisted by Stuart Burt and Simon Bennett. The Burnley's and Nemesis, fourth official Rob Jones, and Paul Tierney is our VAR ref. Here come the red and white of Arsenal, charging forward, and it's William, the former Chelsea player, down the left-hand side, trying to take on Wan-Bissaka on him, and I thought they got the wires crossed. I think Wan-Bissaka must have got a foot in there, because it is an Arsenal ball. The throw-in on the far side. And still 0-0 here at the Emirates, and the ball is thrown in there to Smith Rowe. Back to Cedric, and now Willian. And boy, does he need a good game in an Arsenal shirt. Hasn't really produced a good since his summer move from Chelsea last summer. This is Pepe now on the ball. On again to Bellerin. And Bellerin, what a loose ball that was from Bellerin. And you could say why a lot of Arsenal fan TV don't like Bellerin. He does give the ball away quite cheaply and is scared to cut it in sometimes. Arsenal, meanwhile, inside the Man United half, we've won a free kick. We've had 3 minutes of the second half and still looking for this first goal. We'll talk about the JB man in the match in a few moments from now as Pepe lays it in now. Can Bellerin get a good first time across? He can. It's come to Willian on the back post. Willian, oh, what an effort that could have been. And Willian, oh, he probably had more time than what he thought and completely fluffed the chance. That's the best cross I've seen from Bellerin, and really, how has Willian not got that on target and not tested the goalkeeper? It was the same effort, and Wan-Bissaka had a lot of time to get back there and deny him. So Willian to take the corner into the near post. It is headed away quite easily by Bruno Fernandes at the near post. It was a poor corner from the left-hand side. Emmanuel Smith-Rowe to Bellerin. Thomas Partey offers a bit of support on the right-hand side. Back to Bellerin. Bellerin going backwards to Smith-Rowe. Gets it back to Leno, who's actually midway out of his goal. He's about 35 yards off his line. Here's Lacazette though, inside the United half. Still 0-0. Here's Willian, who's just missed the best chance of the second half. Willian now running to the byline, getting the cross in. A chance here for Pepe. What block there by Maguire. Wonderful run there by Willian there down the left-hand channel. Got to the left-hand byline, pulled the ball back, and Pepe drew his leg back and right foot back and hit it through, but Harry Maguire with a very brave block there. The Manchester United captain. Ball played in. Smith-Rowe trying to get in behind, but it's out of play and it's behind for a goal kick. But Nicola Pepe, good work this down the left. Good pull back. Oh, he's hit it straight at Maguire. That's what he's done. Drew the left foot back and well, for a moment it could be 1-0 Arsenal there, but to no avail. Still it remains goal as Partey picks the ball up, finds Emmanuel Smith-Rowe, and he turns to Cedric. He's got Willian out on the left, finds Willian now. He'll take on Wan-Bissaka. Will he get the cross in or will he use the overlap? He might just use the overlap. Yes, he will. Then plays a 1-2 and he gets it back, and Cedric surely taken out there by Wan-Bissaka, and surely he can't escape going in the referee's notebook. And it's one player each from either side in the book. And it's Cedric, who was already previously booked, followed by Wan-Bissaka, who's now been booked. So with 6 minutes into the second half, it's certainly all been Arsenal at the start of the second half. Can they make that dominance pay? Willian to take the free kick. He's had a lot to say for himself since coming on at half time. Can he produce the goods now from this free kick and put Arsenal into the lead? They could go as high as 7th, I think, with a victory here tonight. Can they do it? And dent Manchester United's title bid in the process. Pepe and Willian, the two-men committee. 3 or 4 waiting in the middle, including Partey, Smith-Rowe and Lacazette. And Holding is up from the back as well. It's going to be left to Pepe, left-hand side, right-footed into the area. Headed out for a corner by Wan-Bissaka. Not the best free kick, I'm afraid, from Nicolas Pepe. But it is a corner to Arsenal. And Pepe will have a second bite, or will he leave it to Willian? He's going to leave it to Willian, I think. David Luiz and Holding are both in the box. Lacazette is right on the goal line with Edison Cavani tracking him for good measure. 5 Arsenal players inside the 6-yard area. It looks as if it's going right out there towards David Luiz, who tries to get the header in at the back stick. Very deep corner that from Willian, but it came to nothing in the end. His former Chelsea colleague Terry Louise trying to help him out there. In fact, doing some good work there defensively. Finds Bellerin. One ball over, looking for Lacazette. Well cut out there by Lindelof. And then Maguire completes the clearance. United just starting very sluggishly at the start of the second half. It's Arsenal on top at the moment. Holding wins the header. Comes to Willian, who's had a lot of touches in this opening 6 or 7 minutes of the second half. And here goes Paul Pogba now, onto Bruno Fernandes, on in turn to Shaw. He's got Martial on the overlap, uses Martial, back inside to Pogba. Pogba now onto Fred, and Fred now looks to thread the ball through, if you like, to Shaw. Nice touch around the corner, but he just couldn't find Martial, and Arsenal get it clear, and it's out for United throw-in, midway inside the Arsenal half. Taken by Pogba. Arteta, almost like a road traffic officer, waving instructions, trying to get his Arsenal team moving into a good shape. United in possession, but Arsenal brought every man behind the ball at the moment as they look to, if you like, defend from the front. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. It's a real battle of wills here at the Emirates. Arsenal looking to do the double over United. And we're one of the few bright sparks in what's been a very lonely season from their standards, Arsenal. Here's Paul Pogba though for United. There's an Arsenal player gone tumbling. Cavani leaves it, then to Martial, tries to play a 1-2 with Cavani. Didn't quite come off. Arsenal players got up, and it's Willian now on the charge for Arsenal. The charge of the Arsenal Bright Brigade, but they've been hounded up by the United Brigade, and here they come forward once again, still 0-0. 9 minutes of the second half play. We'll be talking about the JB MLTM in a minute. Here's Fernandes on the overlap, gets the cross in, but it's too close to the goalkeeper, and besides, there was nobody in grey waiting in the middle. And it was well carried in by Burnley. So at the 60th minute mark, we'll ask you to vote for a good half an hour for your JB man of the match, and all you got to do, name of the player, and then you hashtag it with JB MLTM. But I will tell you when to vote, and it will be the 60th minute, so you've got over 5 minutes before we start voting. But I've just thought I'd tell you name of the player, and then you hashtag it with JB MLTM, and that's all you have to do. Meanwhile, here in the football, back with the action, it's Arsenal battling in possession, and here is Fred back to Pogba. Pogba checks, tries to go past his man, finds Bruno Fernandes over to the far side. Here's Rashford on the right hand side, ghosting into the penalty area, but again good stout Arsenal defence. Ball stretching the goalkeeper's ability a bit to keep clear, and he didn't get it halfway, and United have possession with Mr. Pogba into Mr. Fred, and the referee stopped it for some reason here. I wonder if there's an injury been picked up by Willian over on the far side. I wonder. Michael Weber going to inspect, and this would be a huge blow for Arsenal. Willian, who's made such a difference, I don't think he's going to continue. Granit Xhaka there just saying, I don't think he's going to continue, you know. And considering he's had a good 10 minutes since coming on, Willian, that would be a real bitter blow for Mikel Arteta at this stage of the match. This is how he did it. It was in challenging there with Rashford, and I think he got in the way of Xhaka, I think, and I think that's how it happened. It looked nothing but innocuous to me, but I'm not certain that Willian can continue, you know. And Mikel Arteta's got a big decision to make. He's got left now on the bench. He's got left Gabriel, Odegaard. Maybe Odegaard might come on at some point. We don't know. Maitland-Niles, Chambers, Elneny, Willock, or Eddie Nketiah. I suppose Eddie Nketiah could come on and do something here. At the moment, it might be the 18th draw in the all-time Premier League record between these two illustrious Premier League clubs. Both founder members, of course, back in 1992 of the Premier League. Arsenal been in the top flight for many years, and a very good, well-run club, but they've had a few rocky patches. They were for a few games in December, it looked like as if they were going to end up in a relegation battle, but I think they've now garnished and collected enough points now to make sure that's not going to be the case, and they could probably make a late bid for the Europa League. Still enrolled in that competition, incidentally, Arsenal, the Europa, so they could still win something this season. They're out of the FA Cup and they're out of the Carabao Cup as well, so they can't win anything domestically, Arsenal, but they can have a go at winning a European prize in the Europa League, and that reconvenes next month as a free kick has been given to Manchester United. Foul on Harry Maguire, and they've taken it quickly, although albeit they've gone backwards. And here's Rashford from Pogba's pass. Rashford now with Wan-Bissaka on the other, goes in field to Pogba. Pogba now finds Maguire in a bit of space. He's okay at the moment, is the United captain. I think Willian is okay. He's back on the field having had a bit of treatment. We'll see how he goes for the next few minutes. Here's Martial inside the area into Shaw, crossing down. Cavani, how has he missed that? How has he missed that? He must have been no more than 6 yards out. And Edinson Cavani is normally an ace poacher from them sort of ranges, has somehow contrived to miss from 6 yards out. Good work down the left hand side, lovely cross, and Howard's, well, I'm sure only Edinson Cavani will know how he's missed that, and the Uruguayan I think knows that was a chance, and may have got a deflection actually. Here's Shaw with the corner, left hand side in it goes, and it's headed away but only as far as Bruno Fernandes back to Fred. Fred now has possession, goes to the left, and here's Shaw who took the original corner on towards Rashford. I think him and Martial just swapped flanks for the moment. Rashford, cutting in. Oh, he's giving the ball away rather cheaply now, and it could be the charge of the Light Brigade. It's Pepe tries to streak through, but Wan-Bissaka was back there, and Smith Rowe couldn't pick out his colleague there, Pepe. And then the ball's given away to Xhaka, and Arsenal now have possession deep inside United's final third. Can they make something of it? Willian has it on the far side. The flag stays down into Pepe. Pepe well stopped, marshalled there by Fred, but the ball's still with Arsenal, and it's Granit Xhaka. Xhaka gets it back with Luiz to his former colleague at Chelsea, Willian. Two Brazilians in tandem working together, finding Hector Bellerin on the right. Back in field to Emmanuel Smith Rowe. Looking for a way through here, Arsenal. Still 0-0 as we come towards the 60th minute mark. We're 20 seconds away from that mark and the start of the votes for the Man of the Match award. Holding has possession for Arsenal. Gets it to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe back to Partey. Back to Smith Rowe. And now Luiz has it. The vote is now officially open for the Man of the Match. Name of the player, and then you hashtag it JBMLTM for the name to count, and whoever has the most votes at 90 minutes, at the end of normal time of 90 minutes, will get the Man of the Match award. So get your thinking cap on, name of the player, and then you hashtag it with JBMLTM. That's how you do it. The vote is now open from now to the 90th minute. Early today, Everton 0, Newcastle 2, Man City 1, Sheffield United 0, Crystal Palace 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Manchester West Brom 2, Fulham 2, and there were all the other scores. This one's currently 0-0 you're listening to here, and of course it's Southampton Aston Villa, which is an 8 o'clock kickoff at Southampton this evening, but we won't be concentrating on that. This is the only game we're concentrating on this evening, and we haven't got a goal to bring you yet, but we've had plenty of drama and plenty of endeavour as you would expect from these big games, but we're still thinking how Cavani's not missed that. In fact, well, I wonder if that deflected off Cavani last. That's the only thing I would offer. I think there was a good bit of defending there in all of that, but anyway, answers on the postcard. The ball played in towards Smith Rowe. Oh, yeah, Willian 3 to his left, and Smith Rowe played the wrong pass, and United were able to get it away through David De Gea. Just a little bit of inexperience showing on the face of Emmanuel Smith Rowe at the moment. But here's David Luiz streaking forward. He might have a pop here, David Luiz. No, he's found Pepe. Back to Luiz. Oh, it's over the top from David Luiz. Centre back wanting to bomb forward, of course. And at the end of it, Pepe laying it back into his path, and then it's a lazy sort of right foot finish over the top, wasn't it, from David Louise. Some breaking news from up in Scotland this evening at Rugby Park, to be exact. Kilmarnock have announced that their manager Alex Dyer has left the club by mutual consent, so things aren't going too well for Kelly down up at Rugby Park. But here, things aren't going down too well as regards to score, and it's still amazingly goalless. No, I'm not going to be doing Aston Villa. We're just doing the one game this weekend, but we will be doing Aston Villa in the future commentary, don't worry. There'll be one or two more Villa games to come if they play some good football. We know it's great success at Burnley, and in the end Burnley came back well. But we will be doing Villa later on in the season. Anyway, this one is the big one. This one gets the listeners, but we will be doing more Aston Villa games towards the end. Meanwhile, Fred has been penalised, and off we go again with Rob Holding to David Louise. We'll be back with the FA Cup as well in just over a week and a half's time. And thank you very much, Joe. As the ball's played up towards, listen to this one, we could be in for an exciting finish because Lacazette has been brought down. Don't forget, man of the match, hashtag it JBMLTM, name of the player as well, for your vote to count. Thank you, Joe. So a free kick to Arsenal. One ball forward it was, and onside definitely. We haven't seen too many offsides tonight. It has been a bitty sort of second half after that 10-minute spell from Arsenal. But United have wasted the best chance for Edison Cavani. Arsenal have now got themselves a very good opportunity now. Can they take it? 64 gone. Remember the man of the match vote. Get your thinking caps on, folks. Looks like Granit Xhaka's lining this one up. I think he fancies this, Granit Xhaka. Can he hit that with the left foot? Looks like the left foot there. There's Pepe, Lacazette, Partey. There's a three-man committee. I fancy it might have been Lacazette, I think. It's a short run up. Lacazette, who hit the underside of the bar. Hit it right-footed. It somehow hit the underside of the bar and it bounced away. Oh, what a moment that could have been for Lacazette. Still Arsenal press with Lacazette. And United only half cleared it. Lacazette back in there behind David Luiz, who stayed forward. Pepe's got back there and done well. Found Granit Xhaka. Still 0-0 here. Amazingly still at the Emirates Stadium. Cross comes in there. Lacazette's lucky. It's Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe shoots. Good save. And it's knocked away by Fred. Oh, Arsenal have hit the bar one moment. Then Smith Rowe denied by a super save by David De Gea. It's a smashing save. And Smith Rowe can't believe it. Crossing from Cedric. United got in a bit of a tangle. Only half away from Lindelof. But a good effort, really, from Emmanuel Smith Rowe. He hit it terrifically well, and the free kick from Lacazette, right foot, it would have been pure genius if it had just gone underneath the crossbar there, but it didn't, and it stayed away, and it stayed out, and somehow it remains 0-0. How have we not had a goal in this game? It's a mystery that Inspector Morse would do well to solve. It's amazing. 5 goals in the last 6 for Lacazette, really in good form as well coming into this, and 10 goals in all competitions this season. Free kick to Arsenal, and still we're no nearer knowing what's going to happen in this game for sure. But we've had everything but a goal. It's been a super match. Don't forget the man of the match vote. Keep thinking away. Name of the player you want to see win the man of the match award, and you hashtag it with JBMOTM, please. Keep your thinking caps on. Here's Smith Rowe making a good run, but he's not picked out. And away it is. And in it goes now to Pogba. Pogba winning possession onto Bruno. Bruno, good ball there to Rashford, and Rashford's inside the area. He's got David Luiz to take on his body. Back to Cavani, who misses his kick. Comes to Martial. He comes to Shaw. Short cross. Oh, and a chance there for Edison Cavani, and he couldn't get on the end of it. And David Luiz got it away from the edge of his 6-yard area. Both teams now making chances. Cavani missed his kick. Then the ball played to Shaw, and it was just too far in front of the Uruguayan. Shaw again now. Shaw to hook across into the penalty area. The headers go up, and it comes out to Pogba. Can Pogba strike one? Pogba shoots, deflected, but it's an easy save for the goalkeeper, who takes command of the situation. But we've had 67 minutes of the game. It's really now livened up over the last sort of 5 or 6 minutes. The bar's been hit. Smith Rowe's wet the goalkeeper. Cavani came within half an inch to score for United. And still, amazingly, no breakthrough. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. Maybe I was overdue a 0-0. Who knows? Anyway, Holding has possession for Arsenal. Still, it remains 0-0. Thomas Partey finds Hector Bellerin, who's lost it down that near side. Well, I thought it was a very good challenge from Martial. I think he's a bit unlucky there, Martial. You see, on replay, Bellerin loses it. He trips on the ball. I don't see what Martial's done wrong there. Very tough decision against the Frenchman. Still remains 0-0 halfway through the second half. But a good watch nonetheless. As the ball is knocked forward towards Lacazette. Lacazette could get there. Shaw read it well and had to read it well. He was the last man back and he did exceptionally well. Now Bruno. Excuse me. Finds Pogba. And it goes to Shaw. Pogba again. Now Fred has it. Down to the left hand side and Shaw again. But in one or two tantalising balls so far in the game. Lindelof has possession. Still 0-0 here. 69 gone. Here's Maguire. Maguire's charging forward now at the charge of the light cavalry brigade. Here's Shaw once again. And here's Pogba now. Pogba to Fred. Looking for a way through here. Wan-Bissaka now has a chance. Infield to Rashford. Rashford's cross from the left is a good one. Martial's there, so too is Shaw, but he can't get on the end of it. Shaw will keep it in by the left-hand touchline. Still 0-0 amazingly here in this game. Pogba now. Back to Maguire. On to Shaw. Still 0-0 here if you've joined us. Lacazette's come closest by hitting the crossbar. Still 0-0 it is, and Pogba it is on the left-hand side. Back in field to Martial. Martial's cross, well, damaged there by Rashford. Maybe not the most sensible thing, and it was an easy clearance for David Luiz. Man of the match. Keep thinking, keep getting your thinking caps on. Name of the player, and then you hashtag it with JBMOTM. You've got until the 90th minute to vote. 20 minutes left on the vote. Name of the player you want to see win. And you hashtag it with JBMOTM. Here's Shaw now for Manchester United. Down the left-hand side. Cut it in from the left-hand side. Into Martial. Martial tries to turn inside the area. The substitute. He came on as a first-half substitute. Back to Fred. Fred hits it right-footed. Deflected into the path of Martial. United still going for the cutthroat here. And the referee has actually seen an infringement there. And, well, there we go. It still remains goalless. As we now go into the closing stages of the match. 20 minutes left to go here. If you're listening in, good evening to you. And if you are new to JB Sports, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Don't forget the Man of the Match award. Name of the player, hashtag it, JBMOTM, please. We need your votes in the comment section. The live comment section to the left of the screen. Audio commentary from the Emirates Stadium of the Premier League, big Premier League game. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. And Luiz winning possession into Xhaka. On in goals, he turns to Smith Rowe. He's got William out on the far side. It's William now. Chances here now for Arsenal if they can get a cross in. Real opportunity now. Still 0-0. And Xhaka to Holding. Holding has possession. Can he get Bellerin away on the right hand side? He might do here. Plays a 1-2 with Pepe. Bellerin just crowded out at the moment. Tries to work something with Lacazette, who goes down. No foul, says referee Oliver. And still it remains goalless. Good start defending this time from Manchester United. 18 to play. Still 0-0. Come on, keep voting for man of the match. Get your votes into me. Still 0-0. Here's Willian. Oh, he's taken out quite viciously there by, I think it was Paul Pogba, I think. Yes. There's only one player in the United team who's got very wild hairstyles. And that's Paul Labelle Pogba. So he's the latest man into the referee's notepad now as we go with 17 minutes plus stoppage time left to play. One goal I would suggest we might just settle it here. Can Arsenal be the team to do it and do Manchester City the biggest favour? Free kick welted in from William from Pepe Roa was quite frankly disappointed. And Partey battling with it there with Cavani. And Arsenal still coming out on top with everything at the moment. Here's Lacazette down the right hand side into Pepe. Oh, that was an easy challenge for Lindelof in the end. But it's coming to Pepe once again, still 0-0. Could be an interesting last sort of 16, 17 minutes ahead of ourselves here. Are we in for a bit of a barnstorming finish? Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. One goal, I think, at this stage could decide things. Here's Xhaka coming forward. Finds Smith Rowe, who could be a candidate for man of the match. He's had a good match. Here's Willian, who's had a magnificent second half of the Spa. Ball played into there, but it was a poor ball. Maybe he should have been better advised to cross in from the left-hand side rather than pass short in the infield area. And still it remains goalless then at the Emirates. And here's Shaw on the ball for United. Left-hand side. Quarter of an hour just over to go. There's some sort of object on the field at the moment. Russ has made the first bid for man of the match. Emmanuel Smith-Rowe is the man of the match. There's some object there on the pitch just inside the Arsenal half, left-hand side of the centre circle as I look. But we'll come back to that in a second because Smith-Rowe, the first candidate for man of the match, is on the ball. Finds Willian. Willian will take on Wan-Bissaka. Still 0-0. Smith-Rowe with the first vote for man of the match from Russ, RV. Remember Trevor Sports tomorrow night? I'll be doing the virtual commentary of this precise match. Trevor Sports, 8 o'clock on Trevor's YouTube channel. And of course give his channel a like as well as Russ's and CW's as well. Raven West will be back tomorrow evening as well. Yellow card, by the way, for Manchester United. I think it's Harry Maguire who's been penalised as we come up to the last quarter hour of this game. Looks like a point apiece at this stage. Yes, it was Harry Maguire. Not sure if it would have been I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it would have been a denying of a goal scoring opportunity. It was too far away. New Caton is he with us? Hello, New Caton. You're just in time to have a vote for the man of the match. Keep with us. You could be in for an interest. It could be a worrying last 15 minutes for your side at the moment because you've got to face a David Luiz possible free kick. We know how well he can hit free kicks from distance. He's done it so many times in the blue of Chelsea over the years. Has he got one in him in an Arsenal shirt? Luiz runs up, hits the free kick. It deflects easily off the wall and sails behind for an Arsenal corner, which will be taken from the far side. That was quite frankly a poor free kick from David Luiz, who's capable, who we've seen before is capable of far better, but there you go. So all the action at the clock end. One vote for David De Gea. So one vote for each. It could well be down to a deciding vote for me if it ends level. Here's Bellerin who's trying a shot there. So one vote for De Gea, one vote for Smith-Rowe. Still 0-0 amazingly in this game. How it's 0-0, heaven only knows. Arsenal have hit the bar and have come close, but so too is Cavani for United. It's been a good game. Both sides are really giving it a good account, and then when Arsenal had really good possession, they've given away cheaply down the right hand side. They've conceded a cheap throw to Manchester United, if truth be told, and we're coming up to the last 13 minutes of the match. And still it remains goalless here at the Emirates. 1 goal surely on this cold winter's night in North London is going to settle it. Referee Oliver blows up for a free kick for Manchester United on Edison Cavani. Well, happy birthday to your dad, Nick Caton. And if you are watching, Steve, happy birthday. Or listening, rather. Very happy birthday. Sorry that West Brom couldn't get you all 3 points. Point that really doesn't do West Brom much good. It doesn't really do Fulham much good at the bottom of the table. Well, you know, in all those, a staunch scorer, I'm a very happy man, but that could all change. So at the moment, the gap is 3 points as things stand, with Arsenal outside the top 7 as we see. And here come United now, looking for this breakthrough now. A win would take them a point behind City in the title race. A little bit of a clash of heads there. Pogba and Lacazette, the 2 men down midway inside the Arsenal half. There might be a little bit of a lengthy to hold up here for this, as both players will get there. Nick Caton says he's 1 away from the special 50 years. Don't be telling him his age. Actual, I'm not going to tell. Hey, he might not want his age pandering about on YouTube for the whole world to hear. Anyway, Steve, tell Nick Caton, Steve, to tell your son to keep your age to himself. I'm only kidding, Nick Caton. I'm only kidding. Some people, when they get to a certain age like me, want to try and keep our age a very big secret. Believe me. I'm actually 38 this year. Next month, actually. Anyway, Mason Greenwood's about to come on for Manchester United, and we'll find out who that's going to be in just a minute for. But at the moment, it's Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. But I can tell you, it's not been for the want to try now. I can tell you, because both teams have really given it a good go in the second half, and I think they've both been unlucky on occasions. Anyway, Wan-Bissaka's won it well, and Rashford's in there outside the area. Cavani waits in the middle. Rashford goes for goal, hits the side netting with his right foot, and a goal kick to Arsenal. That's right. Say, I'll chuckle at a little in there. JB says, Russ says, I thought you were going to be only 19 next month. Anyway, Rashford is walking off the byline. You can go off anywhere on the field for the substitution to take place. Can young Mason Greenwood, the 20-year-old, perform the miracle that Manchester United need? They need to win this game to cut the gap to City on their neighbours, Manchester City, to 1 point. Remember, Manchester City won just by the odd goal to 0 over plucky Sheffield United, who look like they're going to are practically goners now, back to the Championship after a 2-year stay in the Barclays Premier League. As the ball bounces and it comes away once more, and it will break here now for Willian, and then the ball over on the far side now where Pogba wins it. Russ has got an interview lined up for Monday around 7 o'clock, by the way. You check out his channel, you'll be able to find out who it might be. Is it anyone we know, Russ? Anyone famous? You know, there's nothing wrong with self-promotion. We self-promote along the channels. I always self-promote Trevor Sports, and big part of it. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and then we've got, after that on Chris's channel, it's Raven West Formula 1 as well. So 2 hours of good virtual sport tomorrow night. Here's Pepe into the penalty area. Pepe shoots just wide, and it's a fantastic left-footed effort there by Nicola Pepe. 81 gone, 9 to play, and still it remains 0-0. But a good effort this from Nicolas Pepe. Hit it well with the left foot, but showed him his left foot, but just hit it just wide. Just the accuracy there, just lacking. And Arteta knew it was close. Arteta really did know it was very, very close there, but it still remains Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. The big Premier League game coming to you from the Emirates Stadium. The only match we're going to be covering live this weekend. And still it remains 0-0 as we now plod towards the final 8 minutes plus stoppage time in the game, and still it remains 0-0. But a fantastic watch nonetheless, and the ball is hooked out for a goal kick to Manchester United. And De Gea, I'm sure both teams will not want to waste too much time. And there's a game in there for everybody to win, as we're going to see Odegaard come on for Smith Rowe. Simon Walton is the interviewee. Mark Arneman did one with the same player, I think, last week. Well, if you want to hear that interview, you can go over to Russ Burnley's channel, RV Media, and you'll be able to see that one on Monday night. And of course, Trevor's channel is active tomorrow, and so is CW's channel as well with the Raven West series. And Trevor also does the commentary on that too. So you get a double dose of Trevor on 2 channels tomorrow, on his own and on CW's Raven West series. Always worth a visit. And if you haven't seen the Raven West series, I suggest you watch through the other 6 episodes already brought to you in this series. Could be an interesting, and then you know what it's about then if you're a first time listener. That's CW Sports Commentator channel. Wan-Bissaka now wins the throw. Still, we need your votes for man of the match. We've got 1 vote for De Gea, and we've got 1 vote for Emmanuel Smith Rowe. And if it ends that way, then I'll have to cast the vote. But you can stop that from happening if you vote for neither one of those, or one of your own. One of your own selection. Name of the player. Hashtag it JBMOTM. You've got about 6 minutes of voting, I think, about to go. Yeah, you've got something like 6 minutes to go. Here's Greenwood. Greenwood into the area, looking for Martial, but it's hooked away this time. And it's a throw-in, line with the 18-yard box of Arsenal. It was Bellerin who got back there. Who's now taking over the captaincy for Arsenal. Still 0-0. And here's Willian, tangling with Greenwood. Willian gets the ball away, hooking it towards Lacazette, who hit the bar. The best chance, and Lacazette has gone down in a heap, holding his space there. I'm sure VAR will get involved. Was Lindelof involved in a bit of afters and a bit of hanky-panky there, I wonder? But referee deciding to play on it. I don't think he saw it, to be fair, Mark Oliver. VAR can get involved at this stage and pull the play back if it does have the case, as the cross comes in. And it's sucked away this time by Xhaka. Up towards Lacazette, he's got up there, now tangles with Lindelof. That could be a little bit of a late niggling battle towards the end of the game. Partey, and Lacazette was in space, and it has come to him by Lindelof's head. And Willian takes possession. Lacazette's onside. Nobody in the middle for him. Has to go backwards to Xhaka. And Xhaka has in turn goes backwards as well to David Luiz. And still, with 5 minutes to go, we're still deadlocked at 0-0. Xhaka hooks the ball out towards Bellerin on the right-hand channel. Something's got to give here now. Partey wins possession, finds Odegaard, who gets his first touch, and lays it into Willian, onto Xhaka. Xhaka to Cedric. Can he measure a good cross, Cedric? No, it's a poor cross. Nobody really was waiting in the middle in red or white. That's going to be a free kick. Arsenal on the edge of the area. Foul there from behind on Willian. 4 minutes to go on the man of the match vote. Name of the player, hashtag it JBMOTM. At the moment, it will be down to me to decide the overall winner. And at the moment, the votes are: one is for Emmanuel Smith Rowe of Arsenal, and the second one is for David De Gea of Manchester United. So 4 minutes to go. Can Arsenal nick it? It will be a great moment for Manchester City fans. I'm sure there's a few Manchester City fans everywhere that will be hoping that this goes in the back of the net, because the gap would stay at 4 points if United were to stumble to defeat here. But it's still 0-0 here. They haven't lost yet. But it's a free kick to Arsenal. Pepe to take it, perhaps. Maybe someone else. Xhaka, perhaps. We'll soon find out. It's going to be a floater in whatever happens. There's 2 in the wall for United as well. Important moments now as we go towards 3 minutes to go. Free kick whistled in. I think it was from Granit Xhaka, and it's gone over the top in any case. And a goal kick to Manchester United. So still 0-0 as we go towards 3 minutes to go now. Are we going to see a late twisting the tail here in this game, and possibly the title, the Premier League title race. This game at the moment still has come to the boil, but not in terms of goal scoring attempts. It's been a little bit more of a better watch than what we saw at Anfield last week, 2 weeks ago, when Liverpool and Man United drew 0-0. Here's Martial. Martial turns, gets the crossing, deflects away. Still, it remains goalless here. Oh, good tracking back there by Lacazette, and he wins the free kick, but referee plays an advantage, and Arsenal having possession, but they've sort of gifted that advantage away. It was ridiculous there. They had a good situation and just lost way a bit. Here's Shaw. Can United pinch it now? The late masters, of course, of pinching late winners down the years. Even when Fergie left, they still had that knack of winning games later on. Here's Bruno Fernandes in possession, but he's taking a much deeper role this time on the left-hand side. Fernandes, infield to Pogba. Pogba now with a little bit of room to play with. He's got Wan-Bissaka in acres of space down that right-hand side. That's a good cross. And Cavani! Oh, how's he missed that? There was Cavani in there, Martial in there. And they both, between them, contrived to miss from 6 yards range. Perfectly good cross from Wan-Bissaka. It was on a plate. And I think you'll find it was Cavani who volleys it wide. Martial was coming in there. And Solskjaer turns away with huge grimace there. He knows that was a chance. That could have put United 1 point behind Manchester City at the top of the Premier League table. And how costly could that must prove to be? 1 minute remaining of the 90 minutes. Oh my giddy aunt. We've got Pepe down holding his face as if he's been shot by Lee Harvey Oswald. It's just getting a little bit out of hand out there. Pepe holding his face, and I don't like it when they've got a facial injury. Why did they go down and hold their face? Let's have a look. Well, nowhere near. Well, oh yes, it was just an accidental thing there from Pepe. Meanwhile, Wan-Bissaka, can he keep that in? Yes, he can. He's heroically kept it in. He's tried to find Cavani with it. Xhaka with a suspected chest control. Wasn't the best. A very heavy chest control, I should say. It's back to Leno. Still amazingly 0-0. Right, there's another clash going on. Lacazette and Maguire are sprawled out on halfway. And whilst we've got that on, we've got the man of the match vote. And I've got to do the casting vote now because it's a deadlock. And I'm going to go just about Emmanuel Smith role over David De Gea, just because he's worked rate in industry and he had a good opportunity as well. He's done really well. So Emmanuel Smith role is the JB man of the match. Right, 3 minutes of stoppage time, which could increase to about 3 or 4 at this moment. Yeah, well, it had to happen sometime, I think, Ross. Can't keep avoiding them all the time, but it's not been a bad 0-0 in all fairness. As we just see that incident again, it was just a coming together between Lacazette and Maguire. And they will be adding time on. Lacazette looks like his head has been attended to here. That's a little bit of a worry here. Arteta fearing the worst, I fear. So, just, well, it's been a tough battle. Maguire is sat up at the moment, still visibly winded. Gareth Southgate, the England manager, is there as well. There will be significant more stoppage time added on just because of the injuries taken, so we might be seeing significantly more than 3 minutes. And I mean, I'm pleased to report Maguire's up okay, but there's grave concerns about Lacazette's head injury by the looks of it. He did seem to land heavily, Alex Lacazette. Both of them did, almost like dominoes just falling over. But Harry Maguire, takes a lot to keep him down. He'll be all right. And Arsenal now, they will have to replay the 3 minutes because the stoppage time since then has elapsed. Now, they've played 2 of the 3 minutes, but they haven't really played 2 of the 3 minutes. We've had 2 of the 3 minutes, but the 2 minutes have been spent obviously tending to the injured players, and now concern turns away from Maguire, who seems to be all right, to Alex Lacazette. And they're taking their time because it's an head injury, so they have to be well within their rights, of course, to take their time over this. It's always a concern, really, when these things happen. We saw what happened to Ruben Neves earlier on in the season when he had a severe head injury, of course, for Wolves. And, of course, there's a lot of talk about dementia and heading of the ball and things like that. It's dangerous when you've made a career of heading the ball and you get dementia later on in life, which certainly the late great Jeff Astor had. And Maguire is all right on the touchline. He's one of the toughest cookies in the game. But the concern is still with, understandably, with Alexander Lacazette, and I'm pleased to report he's up on his feet. This is good signs. That's a great sign. That's a great sign. And he looks a bit groggy to me, but well done, the Arsenal video team. They did a fantastic job. They did a magnificent job. Took their time. There was no rush. They'll still have to play a bit more stoppage time than the 3 that was added, because it's taken at least 4 minutes, 3.5 to 4 minutes. So we're going to probably play. We're going to see Eddie Nketiah now come on for a little bit of time at the end. So I predict we're going to play another 3.5 to 4 minutes more on top of the 3s, because pure and simple for that 3 minutes we had all those injuries. So there was a bit more time left in the game for a winning goal. So here we go then, with Lacazette to Shaw. Can we see something spectacular now in the closing minutes? Nice to see both players up and about, not needing medical or St John's ambulance or out like that. Comes out to Fred, who shoots left footed and wide of the target. Well, we've had 4 minutes of stoppage time. Admittedly, 3.5 to 3.25 of those minutes it's been spent for the injuries to Lacazette and Harry Maguire, respectfully. So I suggest we're now into the first minute of the 3. So he will add on the time. He has to under the laws of the game, Michael Oliver. So we might still have a chance of a winning goal yet. We hope, as the goal kick comes in and the ball goes out of play right on the halfway line on the near side. It's a Manchester United throw in. Sure to take it. Still it remains goalless here as we head towards the 5th minute of stoppage time. We've had a little bit of a breakdown here at the Emirates Stadium, but we will be back with the closing stages in a second or two. Pure and simply, we've had a bit of a fault in the stream. We've lost the pictures, and in fact we've got them back now. So we now got them back as we now go into the final knockings of the game. Still it remains 0-0 as we head towards the end, and it's Lindelof to get it away for Manchester United. Still it remains goalless at the Emirates Stadium. And we're going to see a late charge of the Light Brigade from Manchester United as we go towards the end of the match. Here's Rashford, near side. Rashford's cross measured in there. It's far too far, and it's out of play for a goal kick as we come towards the last knockings of the match. Well, it's not been for the one to trying, folks, to be bluntly honest with you, but I reckon we've got about 1.5 minutes left of the stoppages. We still hope for a goal. Remember the old adage, takes a second to score a goal. But at the moment, we haven't got one to bring you tonight in our only commentary game of the weekend. Here's Burnley with the kick for Arsenal. In fact, there we go as the whistle goes. There we are. You just play 3 minutes more. There we are. Final whistle. 0-0. The closest we've had. So United remain 3 points behind Manchester City at the top of the Premier League. So 2 points drop really for Manchester United in their quest for their first Premier League result. I would have just said I don't think either side will be happy with that. I think Arsenal had a chance to move up the table. Russ and I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be annoyed that they didn't take the 3 points. So I think in retrospect, I don't think either side will be happy with the result. But well, it wasn't but a lack of trying. I can tell you the bar was hit, and Emmanuel Smith-Rowe comes up with man of the match as well. But some tremendous performances. Some tremendous performances, really. And, well, Lacazette hit the bar towards in the 65th minute. That goes in. Well, who knows what might have happened. But there was some great goal-mouth incidents, but just no goals to bring you anyway at the end of it all. So that's it for us. And that was I'm just checking my statistics. That's the 18th draw that Arsenal and Manchester United have now produced in the season thus far. So there we are. That's it. It's all over then. 0-0 it's finished here. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got a double header of virtual sport. I'll be back at the Emirates again on Trevor's channel for a Match of the Day special. A Sunday night Match of the Day special where Manchester United and Arsenal is the big game on that one, and I'll be doing that in guise as Trevor Motson. And then after that, virtual Formula 1 with CW's Ravenware series with Trevor again doing the commentary in guise as Trevor Walker. So watch out for all that. Next for every Thursday here on JB Sports, there'll be Thursday night will be virtual cricket night as we bring you 2020 action from the Vitality Blast every single week. A match every single week. We start with Somerset and Gloucestershire next week at 7 o'clock. Right, thank you very much for listening in anyway. Sorry we couldn't bring you a goal, but these things happen. But it was a good, exciting game nonetheless. It's finished here at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. But now, from me, JB, have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. I will see you. And I'll see you in Trevor Sports tomorrow. Till then, have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.